Hi everybody. I know I've not put anything up on my blog or on my video channel thing, whatever, and I've not been posting a lot of stuff on Facebook because not a lot has really been happening. It's been about 2 weeks since I've put anything up there, but exactly 2 weeks ago I started classes, so I've been doing that, and it's not that I've been super busy, but just not a lot has actually been occurring that was worthwhile for me to post anything about. So I don't want anyone to forget me, so I thought that I would just make a little video about some random things I've never talked about before. About, as you can probably see from the title down there, that it's some of the differences between student life in America and France and accommodations in America and France. So I thought I'd start off with accommodations. In America, you have the option of living in sort of dorm-style living. I did that for my first 2 years of college, and then for my third year of college, I lived in a special foreign language housing where I spoke foreign language with my peers and students, and there were Spanish students and French students, and we all spoke our foreign language. Here, I don't live in campus housing, though the campus did provide or did seek out my housing for me, and I didn't exchange any money really with the landlord or anything. I just they told me where to go, and I went here, and they paid for it. It was all included in my tuition. It was very easy. But I live in an apartment, and the landlord lives in the apartment with me. I do have not a roommate, but another housemate as well. And yeah, so it's very different. Generally, this just doesn't seem like something that generally happens in America. You don't usually live with your landlord, especially if you're living in an apartment. That rarely happens. It's just more like you're renting out a room. But yeah, so that's how I live here in France. There is the option for students to live on campus, and then there are more student apartments, but a lot of my friends, and even some of my friends even live with other French students. A lot of the times their landlord will live in their apartment or house with them. Another thing about food that's really different is that the one thing that I always want is peanut butter, and I only want it now because it's so difficult to get, and it's not as difficult, it's just so expensive. The other day I caved and I bought peanut butter because it's just sometimes it's so easy to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and they're just so good. Funny story, I was talking to my landlord, and I was like, I caved and I bought peanut butter. It was so expensive, and she was like, oh yeah, no, yeah, people just don't eat that here. It was in the foreign food section, with Asian foods, and I was like, it was so expensive, and it was just but I just caved. I had to have it. And she was like, I don't even know what you would put it on. And I was like, you'd make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you'd put it on bread with jam. And she was like, she literally thought that was the most disgusting thing she'd ever heard in her entire life. And I was just like, that's so funny, because I think it's the greatest thing that's ever been invented ever. So anyways, this, I don't know if you can see the whole how teeny tiny this is. 340 grams. It's the tiniest thing ever, and it was €5, which is probably $7, and that's incredible. But sometimes you need the little things. To go grocery shopping, you have to be in the right state of mind. Because for me, if I'm gonna go grocery shopping in America, it's when I need food. I run out of all the food that I have, and I just hop in my car, and I go back, and I put all my stuff in a big old grocery cart. It doesn't cost me anything to use the grocery cart. I just put all my stuff in the grocery cart, and I check out. It maybe cost me $100 or something like that, because I'm going to buy for 3 weeks or a month or something like that, and I'm going to load it up all into my car, and I'm going to drive it literally up to my doorstep and take it inside. Here, it is not the same. If I am going to the grocery store, I'm going to go to Monoprix, which is about 13 minutes from my apartment. Also, my apartment is on the 4th floor, so that's a lot of stairs to lug up a bunch of food, so and the bags get so heavy, and I'm always it's the most convenient to go to Monoprix when I'm coming back from school. So I'm coming back from school, I stop at Monoprix, get my groceries, walk back home. So I'm going to have my book bag with me, maybe my purse, and then I'm going to have like bags full of groceries. And a lot of times I'll have to have like milk or something, or some kind of juice. something like that. So another thing about just like random student life type stuff is that on Sundays in France, and I even think that in Geneva it's the same way. Oh, sorry, that's our washing machine. I'm sorry that I'm kind of far away from the camera as well, but sorry, my washing machine's going. On Sunday, nothing is open. Literally nothing. You can't go nothing is open. I think that Intermarché, which is a grocery store, is open from like 8 to noon, maybe. One of the most important differences is that when I'm at Franklin, when I lived, if I lived in the Modern Language House, it was sort of off campus, and to get to the farthest point on campus, it took me about, at tops, if I'm walking, really slowly, it took me, 12, 13 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, but, seriously, just not that long. I could get to the 4th floor of the farthest building in, 15 minutes, probably 10. If I'm rushing, which I usually am. My class is at 8:30. I do have a class that starts at 1:30, but for the most part, my class is at 8:30. And I'm generally going to meet Sam at Monoprix, which is about 10 or 12 minutes from my apartment. I'm going to meet her there, and then we're going to walk to class together. So my class is at 8:30. I generally have to leave my apartment at 7:40 in order to get to school on time. I am also walking uphill, you would think it was uphill both ways. It's just, it's incredible. You just, because, if you're getting ready in the morning, it's, the, number one pet peeve is that when I get ready in the morning and I look, fabulous as I do, and I get to school and I literally look like Gollum because just, I'm sweating so much. And it's not because, we're walking, super fast. It's just that, pushing my body uphill is bringing my heart rate up, and then as my heart rate goes down, I'm getting really hot and sweaty, and it's so awful. For November, we are going to have bus passes, and we're just going to ride the bus in the morning, and because unfortunately the buses do go on strike sometimes, which is really annoying, but we are going to have a bus pass, and it's not going to it will just take a lot less effort to get to school every morning, and we won't have to walk up this one giant mountain of a hill, and it's so I'm really excited because only one more week of walking to class, and then we get to have bus passes, so I'm really excited about that. Another difference is that my classes are generally 3-hour blocks, so I'm in the same room with the same professor for 3 hours. We do have a 15-minute break in the middle, but generally it's the same professor, same subject, 3 hours. I do, on 3 days every week, I have 1-hour module classes, and this is not the same for all the students at the school. I mean, not even all the foreign students do this sort of thing, but this is this is specific to me. But anyway, so I have a 3-hour class almost every day, except for Monday. I have class from 8:30 to 11:30. On Monday it is from 1:30 to 5:30, I think, with a 15-minute break in the middle. And then 3 days, which I think is Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, at 11:40, I have a 1-hour class, and they're fun things. So I have a followed readings class, and it's over comic books, which I'm really, really excited about. I think it's gonna be really fun. And our professor is really excited about comic books, and sort of what seems to me like kids comic books, sort of, because Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes type stuff. I don't know, I'm excited about it. I think that stuff's cute. So we have that, and then I have phonetics, which I think is actually going to be kind of hard. But it's with my everyday professor, so she likes me at least, but she's very tough. And then on Friday, I have theater class, and which I'm very excited about, and I think it's going to be really fun. Obviously, that's very different to Franklin classes, because at Franklin you have class maybe from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. You go and have lunch, come back. You maybe only have an hour for lunch, or 15 minutes for lunch, or something like that on certain days. And then on Wednesdays, obviously at Franklin, you don't really have classes. It's kind of your lazy day. But yeah, so those are some of the differences between France and America, and I hope you guys don't forget about me, since I haven't been posting anything. I'm on Twitter all the time, so follow me on Twitter if you don't. I never know how to find people on Twitter, whatever. So follow me on Twitter if you're not already, because I tweet all the time. So that might be a reason not to follow me on Twitter. Whatever, so if you made it to the end of this super, super long video, then yeah, so cool. Bye!